Laura here from Unique in the Creek, and tonight I'm going to be doing the one of the kits that we just released. It is the house. A house is built with boards and beams. A home is built with love and dreams. I really like this sign. Hello, hello. Say hello when you come in. Isn't this sign? I love it. It's great. So we're going to make a swag with it today. Let me just see comments. There we go. Hi. Oh God, you guys jump on fast. Hello, hello, my friends. Happy Saturday night. I know it's an odd time for me to go on, but I wasn't feeling the greatest today, so I feel a little bit better, so I wanted to get this done. Hi everybody. Hi Tina Kelly. Hi Virginia, Sean, Maya. Hi everybody. Anyways, this is one of our new kits that we came out with last week, and it's an awesome little kit. This is, I wanted to do a few kits that is not just Christmas or Thanksgiving or Halloween or anything. I wanted to do some kits that you could, for everyday wreaths, that you can make for Christmas presents. So I really fell in love with this sign. Okay, it says, a house is built with boards and beams. A home is built with love and dreams. Isn't that a great sign? Thank you, Teresa, for floating my boat. Hi, Karen. Hi, both Karens. Yeah, I think I may be coming down a little bit with whatever Dave had. And Dave is doing fine. Pretty sure it was the flu. Yeah, he was not looking good. He's a bit lethargic and stuff, but he's not vomiting anymore, so... Anyways, hello. So I'm going to make, in the kit, you get the 2 rectangle boards. I'm going to show you guys how to make a big swag with these 2 little boards, okay? Because the sign is fairly big. It's 10 by 10. Hi, Linda Holmes. Hi, Pat. Hi, everybody. Hi, Michelle. The sign is wooden, and it is a 10 by 10, so 10 this way and 10 to the top here. So what we're going to need now, this is just a suggestion. You do not have to do the kit this way. But this is just the way I would do it. It's going to be simplified. It's going to be not crazy and over the top. It's going to be a really pretty everyday wreath, okay? So I cut, you get in the kit, poly jute. Look at this. This is everybody's favorite because it's so neutral, right? So you get a roll of the poly jute, and I cut 27 12-inch pieces of the poly jute. Now, where I'm going to connect my boards, the 2 boards, I'm going to connect them at H and J. Okay, I'm going to connect them right here. That's going to give us a really large swag, which is great because the sign is fairly large. Oh, let me scroll out. The sign's fairly large, so we don't want something really teeny tiny. You can make your swag as big, so you can just do both boards connected right here. Or you can use one board, which I think the one board, even though it gets fairly large once you put the ribbons and mesh and everything on, it does get fairly large, but I think we do need the 2 boards to make it a little bigger than just one board. So like I said, I am going to connect. You see on the rectangle boards, they are lettered. I'm going to connect H and J and J and H, just like this. Okay, so it's 3 in. You can do 4 in to make it a little bit smaller. We'll see how 3 in actually looks. So if it's too small, then you guys will know. And I would rather me make it too small than you guys, right? So I'm going to zip tie the corner. I've put the 2 boards on top of each other. So I'm zip tying H and J, just like that. And then over here, the same thing on this side. Hi, Jan Brown Cook. Hi, Paula. Hi, Patricia. Hi, everybody. There we go. Oh, I think I have a fever. I was up mostly through the night. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Today, I spent a lot of time just sitting on the couch watching TV, which is not like me, but it is what it is. So, and I'm supposed to go to a Halloween party tonight, but I don't know if that's going to happen either. Okay, so I have my boards connected on the J and the H, okay? It's nice and firm. It's not going to bend. And we're going to make a super nice swag. So the next, like I said, I cut 27 pieces of 12-inch mesh of this. I cut 12 pieces of my 2.5 inch, which is a sage green ribbon, just a plain diagonal weave sage green ribbon, because it matches the sage green in the sign beautifully, right? Such a nice neutral colors. And then I also have a 2.5 inch or a 1.5 inch ribbon that I picked for this, and it's just a black and white plaid. So as you can see, I just kind of kept everything really simple and neutral so that it matches anybody's house. And like I said, I really wanted to come out with some of these kits for Christmas gifts. These are perfect for Christmas gifts. It was for the best, Jan Brown Cook. Everything happens for a reason, for sure. And literally when I got in the house, got Dave settled, the ultrasound department said, hey, called and said, hey, we have a cancellation. Can you come in? And it's like, yes. Because I didn't have an appointment until the 21st of November, and I really, really just want to find out what's wrong with my shoulder. All right, so I cut the jute string off my sign. Hi, Felicia. Hi, Jude Baker. And like I said, this is 10 inches this way, and the highest point up in the top of the house is 10 inches. So I'm just going to kind of find my center of my, or it's 10 1/4. So we're going to do 5 and 5. So 5 be here. And I'm just finding the center of the sign. I'll put it right there. Yeah, that looks good. Thanks, Jan Brown Cook. So there's the center of my sign. And in the kit, you get 2 cable mounts. The reason I did 2 cable mounts is if you did, even though you get the rectangles in the board, if you have like an oval or something at home and you'd rather not make a swag and do this kit on an oval or a ring or a large, I did give you 2 cable mounts that you could do. You can attach your cable mounts on either side, okay? And you also get 3 pipe cleaners. I gave you 3 pipe cleaners because we're going to put 2 bows on this swag. Hello, hello, everybody. And I would love, love, love if you guys floated my boat. Sent me over the falls, you know, all that jazz. So with your pipe cleaner and cable mount, first thing you do to prevent yourself getting burnt put your pipe cleaner through the slits first. Now I know the kitting team has been doing that for you, but that way you can hold on to the pipe cleaner much better than trying to hold on to the little cable mount, right? All right, and I'm going to take some hot glue. It's supposed to be a dripless glue gun, this one. I did purchase some new glue guns to put in the store that are really super cool. So they will be up next week. Much better than some of these that I purchased off of Amazon. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this Gorilla Super Glue as well. Only because I have to get a new thing of E6000 because I can't seem to get the E6000 cap off, and it's probably my shoulder, but E6000 is, I find, is better than this, but this works. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the Gorilla Glue on the sides. Now this super glue or E6000 will, oh, something's going on out there, will keep your mount on permanently, while the glue, the hot glue, even though I use Gorilla Glue sticks, and I totally recommend Gorilla Glue sticks for whatever you do, it works really well. So I'm going to take my wire nippers and I'm going to press this down. No, not yet, Carol. So I did go for my ultrasound, which is what the doctor's waiting for, because I had an x-ray. X-rays, all it showed was all the arthritis and everything. The ultrasound will show if it's torn and stuff. And I will find that, they said 2 business days. So more than likely I'll find out on Wednesday. I'm just really, guys, put your prayers and your positive energy and everything, that it's just, I'll just have to do a little bit of physiotherapy, because I don't think I can do, surgery again. It's just, it's too much. Anyways, okay, so I cut 12 pieces of the sage green and 12 pieces of the black and white plaid. I cut them at 12 inches, not 14, 12. You don't need to waste your ribbon. That's good enough. Probably not, but it is what it is. Okay, so what I done is I actually wrote my pattern that I'm going to use on my actual rectangle boards. So I put G, P, GP, bow, PG. So what this means is I'm putting, and it just helps me remember, I'm putting a green ribbon here, a plaid here, a green here, a plaid here, a green here. So that's really cool about the Unique Creek boards, is you can put your pattern right on your actual boards, not just for the rectangle boards, but for all of them. Okay, so I'm going to start up at the top here, and I'm going to do the outside edges first, and then I'm going to do the center. You know, Kathy, they don't do MRIs unless it's absolutely necessary. So if they can't see anything on the ultrasound, they will do an MRI. So I am starting on this hole. Let me zoom down. At the top, the outside hole. I want to make this swag as wide as I can, okay? Because this sign is so big. So what I'm going to do, oh, and I also have some greenery. Now, this greenery doesn't come in the kit. However, you can go and you might have greenery or flowers or whatever in your stash that you can add to this, because you can add anything to our kits. You don't have to use just what's in the kit. You can add whatever you want. And I had this really nice greenery, and I thought, oh, that looks really nice with the bushes and then the little wreath that's on the door. So I'm going to add some greenery. Okay, so I'm going to take take this outside corner to the, I'm going to use the outside holes to the outside of the board. This is going to make it a lot larger, okay? So I cut my pieces in 12 inches, at 12 inches. You can do the kerfuffle if you want, which is, you know, halfway, make it envelope style and scrunch it up. I wanted my ruffles to be just a little bit fuller and almost looking like a fan. So what I'm going to do is I'm just folding the edge, not the factory finished edge, but the edges that I cut. I'm just folding it up about an inch, taking one of my little clips, and this is just a small woodland ruffle. It just fans out a little bit better. Okay, and I'm just gonna scrunch it up the center. See, I just put a, and the reason I just folded it in about an inch is to keep the cut edges staying downwards so we don't see any of the fray. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put it right in between the head of the zip tie and the tail of the zip tie. And then I also marked G, so I know I'm going to put a piece of green there. So I cut my tails at 12 inches, not 14, 12, because I thought 14 would be kind of looking like spider legs. Sorry. Dave, if you're watching, can you tell Lolly that I'm on a live? Okay, so I'm taking my ruffle, taking my ribbon, and just going around. So you'll be amazed how big this is going to actually be when we're done. So you see these little tiny boards, and it's like, wow, how can that be that big from that? So there is our first piece. I'm skipping this one, and then I'm going to the next one. So wherever I have the P for plaid, I'm going to put a piece of greenery in that zip tie as well. Now, like I said, it doesn't come in the kit, but if you want, you can add whatever you want. Okay, so I am putting my ruffle right on in between the head and tail. I'm going to put my plaid, piece of plaid, black and white, and I'm going to do this up, not super tight, just like that, because I'm going to put a piece of this greenery in there. My zip ties are 6.3 inches, but the main thing for the zip ties is to make sure they're only 18-pound zip ties, okay? You don't want the 40-pound ones where they are like really thick and they got these big zip tie heads. That's kind of overkill. Alrighty, so that's what I'm doing for every plaid. So the next one is green. What is everybody doing? Can I zoom up? Absolutely. Sorry, I forgot about that. What's everybody doing on this Saturday night? Like I said, I'm supposed to be going to a Halloween party tonight. Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my friend Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Michelle. Love you, Monk. I don't have a costume. Now I bought Lolly. She had to be for student council. That student council is dressing up on Monday as superheroes. So she got chosen to be Wonder Woman. So I bought one of those t-shirts for her with the cape and everything on it. I might just wear that tonight if I go. All right, so I'm skipping a hole again. So I'm skipped every other hole, okay? So now I am putting the plaid, and I'm going to put a piece of greenery. You could probably do every third hole too, but this is going to be a gift, so I want to make sure it's nice and full. So I just cut these greeneries down. I'll show you what I did. And once it's in there, they're all wired. You can move them around. This is the greenery I use. And I cut each stem down to make two pieces. So I cut the greenery right off. All right, just like that. And then I also cut it right down at the base, down at the bottom here. And that gave me two pieces of greenery. Okay, so, and like I said, you don't have to add this. This is extra. It's not in the kit. However, I thought it would look nice because, like I said, I am making this for a gift. So the next one's green. Yes, they are overlapping. I've connected them to H and J. You can even make it even bigger, but we'll see how big this ends up turning out. So what we do on the one side, we're going to be doing on the other side as well. And if you want to save some of your mesh, you could cut it at 12 or 10 inches. I have a lot of mesh. It's a kind of an overkill here, but all right, so the next one, we're at the plaid again. So just stick your zip tie in from the hole, make it like an L shape. Plaid, so I've pre-done my ribbons like I always do. Cut them, dovetailed them, and folded them up so they're ready to be used. Wow, there must be something going on out there. Lots of sirens. Ooh, Kathy, that sucks having no internet. So writing your actual pattern on the board really does help a lot. Especially, if you don't have to think. No, they are overlapped. So I got H and J on each board connected. just want to put your ruffles towards the outside so we get a nice big full look. This is going to be really pretty, my friends. Really pretty. How did I get... Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be up here. Did you see how fast? Thank you. So I did that so you guys could see how easy it was when you make a mistake. You just cut the zip tie. Start again. All right. Dave is doing well. He's a bit, you know, tired and lethargic and stuff, but I'm pretty sure he had the flu because I'm not feeling too hot right now either. All right, one more here, which is a plaid. So you can see I pre-did my ruffles just so things would go a little faster. And this is getting really full. You most definitely can do every third hole if you want to save some supplies and money, because it is certainly getting very full. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Your dad turned 73 today. Awesome, Sherry. Did you guys have a party? All right, one more at the corner here, which is a green. And then I'll go along and cut all these zip ties off. And we will start on the other side, doing the exact same thing. Hi, Sherry Van Horn. How are you? I put the ribbons over top of the mesh. And I'm going to go along and cut off the zip ties. You get wire nippers, so don't use your ribbon scissors. And just go along and cut off all the tails. Alrighty. And then now in the middle one here, I am going to go down one hole and back up the other, and I'm going to put a piece right in the center here of the plaid with the greenery. I am doing a swag, a everyday swag with this really pretty sign right in the center here. So we probably won't see much of this ribbon in the center, but so we'll do this up. Get a piece of our plaid. Put the whole thing right into the zip tie with a piece of greenery. So I put greenery in every spot that has the plaid ribbon. So you want to make sure though, when you're doing a mesh piece like this, that all the mesh is in the zip tie, and pull it nice and tight. Okay, so that's the middle, and then I'll do the top one exactly the same as I did this bottom one, and then we'll go down the side. I keep fussing with these ribbons, which I don't know why I am, because I'll end up doing it at the end anyways. So as you can see, I don't use a ton of hot glue anywhere. I would rather zip tie like my greenery and stuff in than hot glue it. That way I know it's secured. Okay, so this corner we're going to do a green. So what we did on this side, we're going to do on this side as well. This is going to get super full. I really love the colors of this. Really, really pretty colors. You can see how full it's starting to get, right? Super easy way to make a swag, especially if you've never made one before. A swag, that is. Dave is fine, he's getting there, and my shoulder, well, it's the same, but at least next week I'll get some answers, hopefully. Now, when you do a swag like this, it's very, very, I know, right? You definitely can put, instead of a sign, you could put an everyday, you can just put a candle, like right in the center, and decorate it like I'm doing right now. And it's beautiful everyday centerpiece or whatever you want it to be. But it's going to make a fairly large swag. So it's going to look like you used a lot of supplies and materials, but you didn't. But you don't tell anybody that. I don't even think we're going to be using a full roll of mesh. Well, thanks, Lori. Yeah, I believe it's going to be super pretty. It's nice when you use like the neutral colors like this. It's really pretty. I keep smushing my ribbons though. Now you can add some hot glue if you feel, you know, that you need a little bit more security for your greenery, or if you add ornaments or whatever, you can add just a dab of glue. But it's zip tied in there as well, so you can be pretty confident that even if somebody grabbed it by the greenery, it's not going to come out. I really like the rectangle boards. There's so many things you can do with them. I think it was Stacy Chadwick. She actually did a Christmas present with 2 of the rectangle boards. Now I know Michelle did one too, but I think Stacy did it originally. It's really cute. So if you're wanting to look for it, it's Your Front Porch is Stacy's. Although I think she did it in her VIP group or her coaching group. Either way, if you want to do a really cute Christmas present, Michelle from Monkey's Creations does have one on her YouTube channel with the 2 rectangle boards. Super cute. Helen, I don't know what I did to my shoulder. I literally I just was tossing why did I do that? I was tossing a box, and then all of a sudden I heard this pop and I could feel it. And ever since then it felt like my actual arm was literally it felt like it was hanging off me. So that was at the beginning of the summer. And I thought maybe it would just go away. Yeah, it's not going away. Thanks, Tina Kelly. Now, like I said, you could skip every 3rd one if you want. You can see how full this is. And every 3rd one, you could do the green and then the black and white on top of the green. So you do both of your ribbons in the same zip tie. It's however you want to do it. However you want. I hope it's not a torn rotator cuff either. But when I did go to the doctor's, he kind of said that, so it probably is. Alrighty, next green. What's everybody doing on this Saturday night? I know I can smell it. Dave made some mac and cheese for supper, I think. Okay, we have 2 more left here. And so far this is, like I said, it's fairly big. Oops. I didn't do that zip tie tight enough. Just cut it out. Do it at the end. You're already in your PJs. I'm not. I'm supposed to go to a Halloween party, but I'm not feeling good as the minutes go by. If that Franklin gave me his germs, I'm going to be quite upset with him. Oh dear. Well, when I sleep, I actually wish I had a sling, because it feels so much better when the my arm is really close to my body. So that's how I sleep. Oh, really, Robin? It is the season, flu season. And I can tell I'm not myself. I'm taking a little bit longer than I normally do to make anything. I'm kind of feeling lethargic like Dave. Fundraiser for Azusa Pacific University. Oh, that sounds like fun. You would just sleep in a recliner? Oh, Lord. There is no way I'd be able to sleep in a recliner. These colors are so pretty. Love, love them, these colors. All right, I'm gonna do that one again. I pulled it out by accident. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that Lauren just has to get some physical therapy. I don't know if I could do a surgery again. Now, I did cut my ribbons at 12 inches. You absolutely can cut them a little bigger if you want. So I was trying to do the bare minimum since the first time I made this kit. So I'm kind of just seeing what it looks like. I'm going to put another greenery. The greenery actually looks really pretty. Lolly's car broke down. Her transmission of all things. So Lolly's fine. She's just a pain. So her car is in, well, it's outside my house right now, but it's got to be towed to a transmission place. All right, let's go around and cut off all these zip tie tails. So just to recap, I did connect the two boards at rows H and J. So there is the two boards here, which is a fairly good size. It comes, by the time you put the mesh and everything out, it is 32 inches. Yes, the car I just bought. All right, so now we're going to do the center, right down the center. And, you know, I think I might do, I have quite a bit of mesh left on this roll. So I think I might do poofs, do some poofs down the middle. So I'm going to put a bow here and a bow here, and some tails here and some tails here, because this sign is fairly big. So I'll put these down, and you can see this. The sign will go on row J here. Oh, this is going to look so nice. So I think I'm going to do. I think I am. I'm going to do a few poofs instead of just ruffles, just to use up my mesh. So let's start on A. So I'm putting a zip tie over top of the zip tie. It's already there. Skip B. I'm going to go down to C. I'm just going to do little baby poofs. It will help the sign stand up or stick out better, and same with the bow. So, and I'll just do every other hole, set of holes for poofs. This is the sign is a house is built with boards and beams. A home is built with love and dreams. It's a really pretty sign. So this is one of those wreaths where you can make it and as a gift. So doesn't it look like I use a lot of stuff already? But I still have a half a roll of mesh left. So it works out wonderfully. Okay. So I'm going to take my mesh, ruffle out the edge here, and I'm going to go down the middle with just poofs. We will be putting a bow and some tails in, but I'm just going to start it off right at the top on row A, the end of my poof thing. Let's see, 8 inches might be too big. Let's see. So the measure buddy is 8 inches. Let's try 8 inches. So I'm going to bring it up. Oh, that works out good. And where the 8 inches is, you just poof it. So I'm doing every other hole here. So like all the other Unique in the Creek wreaths, we always start from the outside and work our way in. Okay, last one. Cut this off. We still have quite a bit, so I'll probably do a couple more ruffles. Still have a bit of this mesh left. Alright, just one more. Just open this up a bit. Okay, so right here and right here, I'm putting a bow. So I'm going to, what do we have left? Let's use this leftover mesh. And I'm going to cut 10-inch pieces and we'll use it up so it's not being wasted. And put some ruffles in it. So I'll just cut it at like I said, 10 inches. So we got 2. Don't want to waste any of this priceless supplies. So hard to come by these days. Another 2. Well, looks like we have got 6 more. Oh, maybe not. It's not full 20 inches. So we're just using it up. Okay, so we'll be putting a bow here. Right here, I'm going to put ribbon tails. Yeah, I probably could have. You won't see it anyways because I have the bows. So I'm just going here and here. My tail's there. And then here. And here. I'm just going to put a ruffle there. And then the sign. Let's see. We don't want to put too many supplies underneath the sign because you won't even really see it. Oh, that's going to look super pretty. Okay. So right here I am putting a bow, so I'm just going to do a ruffle in there. Just because I have, like I said, I have extra mesh. And I would rather use it in the wreath than throw it away. That looks nice. So that is where my bow is going. This one is my tails. Did I cut enough tails? I did. Greenery in. Don't worry about there because the bow is going there. So we'll do the same thing down here. Yeah, these colors are really, really pretty. Super, like, it'll pretty much match anybody's decor because they're so, it's so neutral. The sage greens and the black and whites, and then the poly jute. Thanks, Evie. Okay, so this one is going to be bow, so I'm just going to put a ruffle in there. So even though I didn't, you probably could have did down the center because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. You still don't see the end here where I did the ruffle or the poof. So it's okay. It's all good. That's the bow. This is going to be the ruffle. And tails. Honey, can you bring me or put more water into this, into my cup? Please and thank you. So just take your time at, take your time at this. There's no race. You can change your mind. If you change your mind, it's very easy. Just cut the zip ties off. And if it's, if it's not going the way you like it, just cut the zip ties off and try something different. Let's see, do we have to add anything? I don't want to put too much in here because the sign. Thank you.
Welcome.
And our bow is going to go there. Our bow is going to go there. think I'm going to add a tail here, maybe. And a tail here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Do I have? Yes, I do. Oh, I'm starting to not feel good. Yeah, the colors are very pretty. This is pretty, eh, hun?
It is.
It's different. Different in different cells.
Can I make it through okay?
Huh?
I said you gonna make it through okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I just have to make a couple bows and I'm done. I'm just making like little terry bows. So I'll flip it over so you guys can see. Probably should have did these just a little bit longer, maybe 13 inch. I really didn't think it needed 14-inch tails because I didn't want them looking spidery, leggy. 13-inch probably would have been best. Okay. So what do we have here? Here's the back. Right, so we did right down the middle, and then we did every other on the outside row. So to make it bigger, instead of going from this hole to this hole and doing our mesh pieces, I did from the hole to the outside of the board to make it wider. Okay. All right, and then I need one more set there of tails, and we're gonna make a couple cute little bows. Nothing crazy. Our sign in, and we'll be done. And like I said, this is pretty big. Ended up being pretty big. Thanks, Linda Fletcher. You too, doll. What is going on out there? There's sirens all night. But there's lots of sirens.
That's because the fire department's within.
Yeah, I know, it's just kind of around the corner, so.
So they can that or where in the city it's going,
All right. And then that's where the sign's going, right in here. Okay, let's make a couple little cute little bows so we can put here and here, and we'll put our sign right in the middle, and I think it's gonna look fab. Okay, so here it is, if you guys can see it up close here. Really, really pretty, these neutral colors with that splash of black and white in there. Right? I can put my sign in. I guess it really doesn't matter where your top is because both are the same. So where I'm putting the sign is just down in these two holes here. And which row is that? I think it's J. Oh no, it's I. So these little poofs will help the sign not sink down into the swag. So right, one hole, the other side. There we go. That's all. I'm just going to pull it. I think I should have made these, yeah, I should have probably did 13 or 14 inch tails for right here. But I can change that. So I'd like the tails on the sides to come up, kind of stick out a little bit more. All right, I'm just going to do the bows. Quiet. All right, let's do a couple of little bows. So it will hang like that. I can't even get it into the whole thing there. Oh, God. She's big, honey. She's a big one.
Yeah.
All right, so we do have a lot of ribbon left over still, so I am not doing bows with tails or anything, so I'm just going to be doing what's called a terry bow. So I think I'll do the tails 6 inch. Is there a good side and a bad side to this? No, it doesn't appear that there's a good side or a bad side to this ribbon, so you don't have to do that half twist. So I'm going to do 3 loops, just 5 inch loops.
Still feeling a little dragged out, Sherry, but thanks for asking.
And maybe I'll just do 2.
Yeah, that would be cute if the sign turned the other way too, so you could put it above a fireplace.
Yeah, you absolutely.
Somebody mentioned that.
There's so many ways to do this, different things on the boards that I can't possibly do them all. But yes, that would absolutely be fabulous. Putting it sideways on a fireplace. Okay, so I'm just going to do that, and then I'll come in, put a little bit of green, of this green in. And there's not a good or bad side to this one either. So let's do 6 inches. I'm just going to do 2 loops, I think. And then I'm going to come back in with the black and white again. And I'll do 2 of them. I'll do this, the other bow exactly the same. I'll do these inside loops, 4.5 inches. Just a little, tad bit smaller, that's all. There, that's good enough, I think. Okay, you have 2 pipe cleaners for your bows. You're going to take one of your zip ties, pull it right off your bow maker. Go around with your zip tie. Flip it over. So that's the back side of the bow. Pipe cleaner in, and tighten it up. I'm just going to dovetail all these tails here. Oh, that's awesome, Linda Fletcher. Yeah, my mom does some pretty cute stuff. All right, there's one bow. And we'll do the other one. We have enough? Oh, yeah. How many loops do I have? So 2. So 5-inch loops to start off with, 2 of them. All right. One green in. you've not seen this bow done before, you can do bows however you want to do them. I want a simple bow with not too many loops because our tails and stuff, because I don't want it hanging and everything. I just want a pretty bow for the top and the bottom of the rail. Oh shoot, I don't think I'm gonna have enough of this one. That's okay. Didn't plan that one out really well. Good enough. One bow's a little different than the other. Nobody will be able to tell. I like it, Liz. It's a little big, but as an overall bow maker, it's nice. That was a weird cut. Yeah, I didn't get too many of them, just enough in case any of the Canadians wanted to get the large bow maker, the new bow maker. So I think I bought 24 of them. Hello, look at what you guys doing. It's Saturday night. We're boring, honey.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go to that Halloween party.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't think that's wise.
You don't think it's wise? Am I still flushed and everything?
Certainly not seeing yourself, if that's what you mean.
No, I'm not myself. I definitely am
You
not.
don't look healthy, if that's what you
I don't look healthy. My husband just told me I don't look
Well,
healthy.
That's the way to put it. It's the nicest way to put it.
Okay. Okay, let's bring this up and put our bows on. I'll put this one. So like I said, down here where I put this ruffle, this bow is going to go, we'll put it there. Right down in there. Put one end of the pipe cleaner through the hole and the other one through the other hole. Ooh, actually that looks really pretty. So I just pull the bow till I feel some resistance against the mesh. It's just a simple terry bow. And then I twist it in the back. We'll have to fluff up all the loops and stuff. And then we'll put the top one on. I think you and I just need to go to bed. Oh, this is pretty. See, when I make kits, you guys, and try and put them together, I try to envision what it will look like in my head, because I have to buy this stuff so far ahead of time. So like I said, if you don't like the way I've done it, you most definitely can do it any way you want. All right, and let's put the top one in. So just down. So as you can see, you probably can tell why I didn't want long tails and stuff in my bow, because I don't want it hanging onto my sign. So the only thing I would say, if you're going to do this kit, is the two side ones here, and I might change it just a little bit longer. Instead of 12 inches, maybe 13 inches. So they are sticking out from the sign just a little bit more. And then open up all these loops. And then you fix ribbons forever and ever. And don't be scared to yank on your loops and get them open. We did zip tie them and pipe cleaner them, so they're not, it's not going anywhere. And now is where I, instead of playing with the ribbons all along, now is when you make your ribbon tails and everything properly, and put them in the right position and stuff. Ooh, it did turn out really pretty. Did it turn out pretty, honey?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because it would look kind of cool if you had two of them.
If I had two what?
Like on two doors or on the outside, two swags.
Two swags? Well, this is why I use two boards. You can see, because that sign's pretty big. So, I love it. I think it looks amazing.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Love the colors. I have to fix. I'm totally not on my game, you guys, tonight. So, hopefully tomorrow I'll look at it with fresh eyes and fix all my ribbon tails.
Feel. Yes, it is a homey feel.
It is. But that's why I put this kit together, because it's perfect for a Christmas gift for anybody.
Looks like, makes me think of Hallmark movie.
A Hallmark movie? Really?
It does.
There we go. And I'm going to put a hanger on it. It's pretty big. I think I love it, though. I have to fix the things. But I have to fix my bows and everything, guys. It's just, but it's still pretty.
Are you going to show the bathroom?
Yes. I just did all those bows and loops, and I'm going to flip it over and make a mess. So you want to make sure you clip your pipe cleaners, put them back down the holes so everything is nice and neat. And there's the sign one. So these right here, these two right here is where I'm probably going to just make the, oh, I don't have enough ribbon. Was going to make the tails a little bit longer. And then, which way is my sign? Then right up here, we're going to just go over this with a zip tie. You can use a Chanel pipe cleaner. You can use whatever you want, a piece of wire. Just go down, back up. And you're going to make your hanger. Little zip there. Cut it off. So, 32 inches long. It's going to look fabulous on a front door. There we go. Now, once you have your sign in the exact position you want it, you can pump some hot glue underneath the sign to glue it to the ribbons and mesh as well. It is secured on there with a Chanel pipe cleaner, but you can just take your glue gun and kind of stick it underneath and pump some glue on, do the other side and just hold it. And there we go. Really, really pretty home. A welcome, what am I trying to say? Anyways, there we go. It's 32 inches long and 14 inches wide. I did use 2 boards, but I didn't fully bring the boards out to their full extent. So you turn it over. I connected them 3 holes in. So I connected them both at H and J. And there's our hanger. And wait till you see this on my door. It's going to look so pretty. And I think it's the perfect size. I do. All right, my friends. Have yourself a great rest of your Saturday night. Like I said, I was supposed to go to a Halloween party. Not too sure if I'm going to go. Some of these greens left. Anyways, all right. Thank you, everybody. And I can't wait to see what you guys create with the kits. This is a kit on the website right now. There is also another kit, which is the Nutcracker. It's going to be done kind of similar to this one, but the Nutcracker is straight and not as wide as this sign. But it's a beautiful swag. Very different. Different. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys all soon. Bye, everybody.